So, that's one for selling, one for holding, and one abstaining.
We'll see what Poppy says when he gets back, and if we sell it and we need it, then I'm putting you two on the line to buy us a new one. And put it back in the party inventory for now, though.
Okay, well, in that case, I'm just going to sell them. Delete that. Get rid of the skeleton keys.
No, why did you get rid of the new item?
Have some money, man.
Sweet, I'm getting rich.
I'll never know what that new item was.
I can put it back so you can always wonder.
This reminds me of the good old days in D&D when characters were dragging around 30,000 gold and not thinking about the 3,000 pounds it weighed.
No kidding.
The poor horse is like, what the fuck? Oh my god.
You back with us yet, Poppy? Typical woman, never ready on time.
We're waiting for Poppy, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Unless you want to go through the door first.
No, I'm good with Poppy doing that. Still no Poppy.
Apparently not.
Hope he's not slumped over in front of his keyboard.
Falcott,
Yeah. So
have you bought any of the Fantasy Grounds Pathfinder stuff yet?
not yet. So I'm kind of disappointed because one of the biggest things I want is like actual spells and effects that work. Things like Barbarian Rage and all the spells, and none of that stuff includes anything. So it's like basically all this stuff seems to be doing is saving you a few minutes of copy pasting. When the larger thing, the thing that tends to take more time, is setting up things like the flanking and fighting defensively and poison effects and spell effects and all that stuff.
Wow. Yeah, I hadn't had a chance to look at them yet. Are you alive, Sheer? Well, guys, would you like to take 5?
I guess so.
Okay, so we had this weird undead creature in a room with me, right?
Yeah. And inside a piece of the clothing, and a worn-out greatcoat hanging on a peg near the door, you find a piece of parchment, and it is a permit to visit an inmate of Briarstone Asylum named Zandalist, issued by the administrator Lisandro. On a writing desk, you see a disorderly stack of handwritten notes. They're all drafted by Laos in the immediate aftermath of his dream journeys. The last note mentions the mad poet who told the Count to look for a book called the Necronomicon. In this note, Laos mentions...
The mad poet? Is that what it was?
The mad poet. In the note, he mentions you all as companions in this dream revelation, and says that the sacrifice of their minds put them in a fugue state, but they lived, unable to remember their lives or react to outside stimuli. He concludes this note by saying that the PCs are being turned over to the warden of the Briarstone Asylum according to their agreement. And I'm assuming you're going to relay this information. And
yes,
as you are relaying it, everyone can recall you get a brief memory flash, and you recall standing in a dreamlike desert. The Count is there, and you are speaking to an old man called the Mad Poet.
Interesting.
Yes.
But there was some agreement with the asylum. Why do I feel like we have to go back there and bust some heads?
no, we already found out about that. In exchange for like him, the guy said, the Laos said, if you take these 4 people who are like lost in memories, I'll let you keep the Chain of Nights book. That was the deal.
And that is correct. Okay, you have 2 doors in this room. And 2 more on this floor that you have not explored.
Well, let's check out this door that I'm standing in front of.
Okay.
Okay, the walls of this room are lined with fine wood panels. The furniture includes a desk sitting under a window opposite the door, a high-back chair, and a couple of small bookcases packed tight with scrolls and volumes and so forth. And if you haven't figured out, the other bedroom you were in was the Count's.
Yeah.
That was his girlfriend we got rid of?
Strange taste in women.
Actually, she was more like a guard dog.
Strange taste in women.
Okay,
Well, I'm gonna go poke this door if anyone, Eric, wants to see if there's anything interesting in these bookshelves.
I will look after we poke at this door, given the crazy shit in this place.
okay. This door opens up into another landing, and there is a staircase going up.
Going up.
Yes.
Okay, now go back over here. Just using my general linguistics knowledge, is there anything of interest that I find looking through the books? Or knowledges and such? That would be way higher if I am able to use that, but...
yes. Matter of fact, you find a lot in this room. You find a notebook that holds an account of Laos's interview with Xandalus. It, just by perusing the notes, even though Xandalus was mute, Laos would interview him while he drew charcoal drawings of the mysterious city. And during the process, details would emerge which Laos would interpret. You can see in later interviews, Laos made the use of magic in order to read Xandalus's thoughts. Through the process, Laos was able to learn about a distant lost city in some nameless desert that reportedly featured 3-star stelae, identical in shape and arrangement to those in Thrushmore. And in the last pages of this particular notebook, Lau stopped relating what he learned from the interviews, and the writing begins with a maniacal fervor about his Lau's obsession with the city and the belief that this discovery alone can repair his academic reputation. And you find an annotated map that shows Lake Acarthian and the lands to the south.
Does that mean anything to us?
Other than just local knowledge. And let me.
Right, but this lake Acardian or whatever you just said, like, do we know where that is? Is that a lake that's nearby?
Yes, you should be aware of where it's at. And just so you all can make note of that, because this is an important plot point. The Count has drawn a route from Thrushmore to Zur, and then traced a line down the Sullen River to Casimir, and then marked the coast to Kathir, from which he plans to mount an expedition to the lost city of Nezervan. You find a draft of the equipment, supplies, and a number of slaves that the Count plans to purchase for the final leg of the expedition. And overall, these finds show that the Count has been planning his journey for a long time. And you also, there is a small locked trunk sitting near to the door of this room as well.
Is there any magic on it?
I'm sorry?
Is there any magic on the trunk?
No, there is not.
Does it look clear to me?
Yes, it does.
Hey, Sith, you want to come over and look at this trunk? See if you can get it open?
I would love to come look at this trunk and see if I can get it open. So I do a skills. I'm gonna do a perception check, see if I can find a trap. Is that what I'm doing?
You're not make a perception and then make a disable device. You didn't find a trap.
Okay, now I'm going to disable the trap that's not there.
Disable device is used for opening locks as well.
Yeah, I know.
And the lock just falls open in your hands.
How about that, Sith?
Excellent.
I suppose
inside of the trunk are a lot of books, and you find there's a book of the Lore Master, which is out of Ultimate Equipment, and 2 scrolls of psychic surgery, and then a ton of other books that I'm gonna paste in the chat window. Titles: Atop the Valley Soul, The Codex of 3 Prescriptions, Curses of the Black Lake, blah blah blah. Manual of Silence, Men and Vultures, Denizens of the Dark and Deep. All these books are contained inside the trunk. Out of character, I am putting these on the party sheet as Lowell's book stash. You do need them for the next adventure, so you can't sell them or get rid of them.
Holy cow.
Okay, but it has a book of the Lore Master.
Yes, it does have a book of the Lore Master.
Okay, I guess I'm taking that shit.
What does that do?
And I will let you add that to your inventory.
Basically, 3 times a day I can get a +5 bonus on a knowledge roll.
Oh, cool.
So whenever we're like, we really need to know this shit, I can make it even better. Of course, it's also apparently worth 15,000 gold, but I don't know if anyone would even have like 9,000 gold to buy it in this town. It's a lot of money for one thing.
Maybe at the next town. Okay, and that is it for that room.
I guess now the next theoretical question is, what counts as behind us at this point? The stairwell or the 2 unexplored rooms?
Let's say the unexplored rooms, because we might, if something comes charging, like we can lock close these doors or whatever, right? And get at least potentially some warning. I want to go up to the top level and have stuff come up behind us.
If only you had a stone of alarm.
Can you use the Stone of Alarm multiple times? I think we already sold it though, didn't we? So it's gone. Oh well.
Yeah.
If only. If only.
Okay, where are we headed?
Over
I
here.
guess this door in front of me.
Okay. This bedroom looks like it once belonged to a child.
Quick question. So there's 2 scrolls of psychic surgery. It says that. So I'm assuming I can figure out what the scrolls do by, knowledge arcana and spellcraft checks and all that. Alright, am I able to tell, would using a scroll like this restore our memories?
I'll be right back.
I'm not sure on that one because magically altering the target's memory.
I feel like in this case,
Hang on, I have a phone call.
I would say maybe no, because that would kind of defeat the purpose of it. I feel like that would defeat the purpose of a chunk of this adventure as far as our characters are concerned.
Yeah, however, the hell do y'all gain your memory back?
I'm back.
Not a problem. We're debating on whether or not the psychic surgery will restore your memory.
Oh, sorry. So what was the conclusion? Like, is that scroll able to restore our memories?
Give me just a second. Let me. Must be that one. Dreams of the Yellow King.
And I have a pretty high UMD. Chances are I could fake the scroll with an attempt or two.
You know, right this second, I'm going to say no, but we'll come back and revisit it.
Okay. It's a mesmerist or psychic spell. Psychics use int, but mesmerists use charisma, so I use charisma, so that means I don't even need to I have the sufficient ability score for that. I would also have the intelligence ability score, so it'd be pretty easy for me to fake that thing. If it's a cleric spell, I'd be in trouble.
Okay, yes, this bedroom looks like it once belonged to a child. There is thick dust covering most of the furniture in the room, aside from a single wooden chair. And would you like to make a perception check?
I see a chair.
Uh, yes, you do see a chair in the room. However, you don't notice anything else in the room.
What about Eric or Sith? Did they notice anything from out in the hallway?
No, they do not.
If I look into the room with detect magic, do I detect any kind of magical auras?
Damn it, yes.
So I will patiently sit here for the 18 seconds to try to figure out, and assuming they stay in the cone, and try to figure out, where these auras apparently are.
So you're gonna spend 3 rounds doing that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you do. You are detecting, and I'm gonna put the chair right there in the center of the room. You are detecting magic coming from that chair.
Alright, after waiting for 3 rounds or whatever, is that the only source of magic in the entire room?
Yes, it is the only source of magic.
With a 26, am I able to tell either what school of magic it is or the specific spell effect that's going on? Do you need to know what the DCs for that shit is? The aura is 15 plus spell level.
Does anything happen when I throw my shield at it?
So spell level that's 6 or less, I would be able to identify. And I basically automatically know what type of magic it is, even if I don't know the specific spell.
Yeah, it hit something. It did 3 damage.
Yes, you noticed that your shield did hit something before it hit the chair. And now's a real good time for everyone to roll initiative.
Poppy can distinctly feel Eric staring at the back of her head like she's an idiot.
Okay, Seth, you were aware that, his shield bounced off of something before it hit the chair.
Right. I don't have that. Oh, that might be worth throwing. I'm wondering, can I make a perception check to see if I can see any sort of like a sign of motion or something, or?
Yeah, I'll let you do that.
Just wonder if I have any idea what he hit.
You can see that the chair has slid back a couple of feet, like someone was standing up and pushing it out.
Okay. Oh well, shit. I'm just wondering if I throw a thing of, where are you? Alchemist fire right there at the chair. I'm wondering if that would like show more, maybe show whatever's standing there. I hate to just attack it willy nilly, but I mean, although doesn't Valcock, didn't you get a scroll of show invisible?
I do have a scroll of see invisibility, yes.
I'm wondering if I should just save my action until we see more about what we're fighting. I think I'll do that. I'm going to save my action until I get more information versus just firing randomly in the room.
Okay. And Poppy.
Oh, did we just skip past me?
No.
Okay.
Someone came before you. Okay, right image for the right token.
Hey, that looks familiar.
Okay, Poppy, you see her appear out of thin air, and she is aiming a hand crossbow at you.
Is there going to be a token?
And she misses. And she's going to step backwards.
Do I get to fire now?
Yes, you do.
Okay, so
And Eric, you are up.
That was a warning shot. Surrender now and we can talk. Do I need to roll like a bluff or intimidate or something?
Yeah, you can try.
There's an 18 for either or both.
And you can't tell that it has any effect.
Alright, I'm going to charge her, I guess. Damn, just missed all the good rolls.
Well, you did manage to hit on a 2.
That I did.
And she drops her hand crossbow and grabs her rapier, swings at Poppy, and does not confirm the crit. And Poppy takes some damage. And Poppy, would you like to make a fortitude save?
Yes, I would. Why is that a +9?
Yes, and you succeeded with flying colors.
What did Poppy feel?
Poppy felt a little bit of poison for a second, and then her body just handled it.
I'll move over and say, I'd really rather talk than fight. Just please don't make us do this.
I don't
Obviously,
think she
this is
feels
why
very
I'd rather
threatened
talk
by
than
you.
fight. She's a brute, though.
Okay. Yeah, she's just going to try to swing at Poppy again. And going to take a 5-foot step. And Eric, she yells out, "My mission is to kill you."
So she didn't. She attacked and stepped back.
Yes.
But we don't even know you yet. Like, shouldn't we talk about this like civilized people? I'll just stand there and ready in action to attack if she does.
If she lives long enough. Okay. See, I wanted to say it before the dice roll, but I didn't want to say it and then roll like 2 1s. So.
Gotcha. I also put on my best charm and give her a flirty wink, because obviously that's going to help.
All right, Steph.
Yeah, let's see, I'm going to move in a little closer. And then, so it looks like Poppy's still trying to kill her, but Belkoff is trying to reason with it.
They call it good cop, bad cop.
So, I guess I
Surrender
will
before
hold
the
my
tiny
action.
gnome tramples you to death.
I'll hold my action to see how she responds. If she attacks again, then I'll go ahead and shoot her.
She starts to run out of the room, so everybody would get an AoE.
Yeah, she didn't get very far.
And she collapses at the door. Actually,
I don't think she made it to the door. I think she would have collapsed like back there or something. Yes.
Now what happened was she from her position she somehow managed to immediately pick up enough speed that I swung at her legs and killed her by tripping her, sending her flying into the door where she hit her head and snapped her neck.
Alternate theory: you threw your Earthbreaker after her.
I guess either one's a fun, visually amusing image.
But she's not dead. She's just unconscious.
Yes.
Of course, like with my luck, she'll take 1 point of damage from being dying and literally be dead at the end of her turn, and 1 HP from death. Oh, hey, that didn't happen. Let's see. I'm gonna try to do a shield check and see if I can figure out her status. I'm guessing I don't know with that.
No.
She seems to actually know us. I don't want to risk her dying, and she doesn't really seem to be a threat for somebody who's claiming she's going to kill us all. So I'm going to risk a charge of Cure Light Wounds and say I'd try to keep her alive if possible. Oh, great. So she regains consciousness, which is not the hope. But she's prone on the ground, right?
Yes.
So, maybe Poppy could hit her for non-lethal damage.
Can I just roll the damage, or should I do an actual attack roll?
Oh, she's conscious now, which was not the plan, but she is prone. So, technically speaking, Wintermute, if you want, you could remove the prone condition for right now, because he takes a -4 to do non-lethal, but gets a +4 for being prone, so it cancels that anyway. So it's just the normal attack roll in
Okay.
effect. So, and that normal attack hits. You can use your weapon to do non-lethal too. Woo!
A punch to the head works just fine.
You wouldn't have even had. You would have gotten a +4 bonus on that unarmed strike then in that context. Alrighty. Now she's unconscious.
And prone.
And helpless. And several other conditions, technically.
So now what,
Okay.
are we going to drag her unconscious body around for the rest of the trip?
We can see what's, tie her up for now. Like, find some rope if you don't already have it. I'm sure you can figure out a good way to tie her.
Oh, and you could put a stone of alarm on the door to make sure she doesn't escape.
Crap. If only.
Totally should have kept that thing.
So I vote we tie her up. I think my CMB, because I'm dex based and I don't have agile maneuvers, is 2. I'm guessing Poppy's is the highest.
Yeah, it's 7. So what am I doing? Just rolling a combat maneuver to get her into a chair to tie her up?
No, technically it's basically the DC to escape is, I guess, is it 27 from being tied up with a rope? Let me check. That doesn't seem it might be that hard to escape with a escape artist check, though. Let's see. The DC to escape is 20 plus your combat maneuver bonus. But I think they can make an escape artist check. Let's see, escape artist. Yeah, it's just that. Though you do have a +2 bonus from my heroism buff. Are we able to both try to aid him in tying her up to increase the DC by 2 each?
Yeah.
Okay, so that effectively means we get, what did you say your CMB was, Poppy?
+7.
So that effectively means it is a +13, so a DC of 33 in order to try to escape from those bonds.
Ooh, and you got her. Yeah, she's got escape artist +10.
I knew I was being paranoid for a reason.
Okay, there's nothing else of interest in that room. And the other doorway,
Oh, does she have anything of interest on her?
yes, as a matter of fact, she does. She has a wand of invisibility with 8 charges left, and cure moderate wounds with 14 charges, and a masterwork rapier.
Okay. I think I'm the only one who can use either of those things, right? The wands. Take it that's a yes. Should I enter that manually, or are you entering the...
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind.
Okay. Trying to find where wands would be.
And while we're doing that, she also had some gold on her.
Where are the potions, Wintermute? Do you remember?
Potions are in basic rules, magic items. I'm sorry. PFRPG.
Oh, there we go.
Magic.
There we go. There we go. Thank you. I was looking for different ones. You said 8 and 14
8 and 14.
for invis and cure moderate.
And with Ugar being gone, this is a really good stopping point. And next session, we will wrap up the Thrushmore Terror
Outstanding.
and get to move on to the Dreams of the Yellow King, which is a whole lot more interesting than the Thrushmore Terror has been.
I guess we'll see. I mean, we still have. Because, so you're saying that is a staircase down?
Yes, that is the staircase down to the ground floor.
Okay, but we still have the upper floor, the third floor potentially, the rest of the ground floor, and that cavern at a minimum.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
And I whacked Reese on the head with my rapier again for more non-lethal damage, just to make sure she stays unconscious for a good number of hours.
Okay, well, we at least know she's going to be unconscious for a week.
It only takes an hour to heal each non-lethal damage, okay? So,
So, cool. Gentlemen, we will see you next week, same time, to wrap up book 2.
Alrighty.
Okay.
All
Talk to
right.
you guys later.
All right.
User disconnected
Bye.
from your channel.
Have a great weekend.
You too.